It's common for business owners to chase the wrong profit target, not because they're bad at business, but because they're benchmarking against the wrong sector entirely. So, what should you actually be aiming for? And here's the honest answer: it depends on your sector, and the spread is wider than most people expect. The average UK small business generates around £295,000 in annual revenue, with just £70,000 in profit. Now that looks like a 24% margin, but the median profit across all UK SMEs sits at just £11,000. Averages are distorted by outliers at the top, so that headline figure is close to useless on its own. The ONS tracks net rates of return across UK private non-financial companies. In Q2 2024, the overall figure was 8.8%, so that's your real-world anchor. The generic aim for 20% advice you'll find online isn't just vague. For many sectors, it's actively misleading. Sector is the variable that matters most, and the ONS data makes this concrete. For service businesses, the ONS recorded a net rate of return of 15.1% in Q2 24. That's your sector floor if you're in professional services, consulting, or similar. Hitting a 10% net margin in services isn't a win, it's underperformance. For manufacturing, the same data shows 7.3%, so that a 10% net margin there is solid and not a warning sign. So here's why that matters. Two business owners, both hitting 9% net margin, one runs a marketing consultancy and one runs a small fabrication firm. The consultant should be concerned, the manufacturer is doing fine. Same number, completely different meaning. The first step, therefore, isn't picking a target, it's finding your sector's benchmark, because without it, any number you choose is just a guess. But even sector benchmarks have limits, and that's where most people stop too early. Sector benchmarks are your starting point, not a verdict. Size changes everything. A sole trader in professional services and a 50-person agency in the same sector are not comparable. The sole trader carries almost no payroll overhead. The agency carries significant fixed costs. Their realistic margins look nothing alike. And growth phase matters too. A business investing heavily in headcount will compress margins deliberately, and that can be the right decision, not a problem to fix. Geography also plays a role. London businesses often face higher costs, which squeeze margins even when revenue is strong. And economic conditions shift the overall baseline. Cost pressures and supply chain disruption affect what's achievable in any given year. So benchmarks aren't useless, they're just a floor, not a ceiling, and you should calibrate from there. So here's a decision rule to apply today. Find your sector's ONS benchmark. The ONS Profitability of UK Companies Bulletin is publicly available and updated quarterly. Treat that number as your floor, not your target. In services, 10 to 15% net margin is a credible minimum. In manufacturing or construction, 7 to 10% is probably closer to reality. Then set your personal target above that floor based on your size and stage. Early stage or investing heavily, then give yourself some room. Established and stable, push higher. Ignore any advice that says aim for 20% without asking what sector you're in. That number might be right for one business and completely wrong for yours. If that was of value, subscribe to the channel for one real business question answered every video. For the same clarity in writing, the website and newsletter is 5minutebusiness.com.